Hello. Hi, who has the beautiful red flower? Hello, welcome. Hi, feel free to say hi. Welcome to my live. I'm Greg Phillips. I think I know who's that. Hi, Chantel. Wonderful. Lori, hello. I saw you this morning. Nice to see you. Welcome to a ChakraTouch Live. Who has the pretty red flower? I really like that. Tina, your red flower from Sweden. Ah, excellent. I love that. I have friends I haven't talked to in ages from Sweden, although recently one got in touch. Beautiful man, makes great music. Hello. How are the four of you today? I think not more energetic today. That's okay. That's okay. Thank you for asking. I just ate so I can feel my system like is a little chilly, which is why I have my warm skull cap on. Oh, a bit more. Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta love autocorrect, right? Thing's crazy. Yes. Ah, Tina. Yes, the world's crazy sometimes. If we focus on it too much, we can get sucked into that. But hopefully we'll have some peace and joy today. I know some people might be coming late because of this odd hour. I know one friend of mine is with a client right now and she might be showing up later. Glory, good. Glad to hear it. This works very organically, Chantel. So since I think, yeah, Greg. Like my grandpa used to say, you can call me Bob, you can call me John, you can call me George, just don't call me late for supper. So whatever you call me is fine. But yeah, okay. So I think all of you are new to Chakra Touch. Has anyone of you listened to any of my recordings, any of my meditations? If not, that's fine. I will explain what it is. So my name is Greg Phillips. I am a spiritual healer and spiritual energy guide. There's lots of other labels. I've been trying to figure those out, but labels don't really matter. First time. Yeah, very cool. Okay. Oh, okay. Wonderful. You probably caught my Friday one or my Monday one. Anywho, um, Chakra Touch is my gift that I share with other people. It is a gift that I was given. I have the ability to, I use my hands to tap into other people's chakras, and I just listen. I don't add any energy. I don't take any away. If I'm channeling anything, it's love. But I listen and I watch and I witness, and the energy starts to speak to me. I can actually see the pattern of movement of it. And usually somebody brings a topic to consider. A lot of times people bring a body owie, something that's hurting, physically. Sometimes it's heavy in the heart or something that's like I like to say stuck in the cross or something mental. I can work on any level, but I usually like to have a specific focus from somebody. And it's basically I do readings, and what I do is I describe back and reflect to you what I'm seeing inside. If that resonates with you, then we work with it and we try to ease the system. We try to get the energy flowing more gently, more comfortably. We work for a release or whatever that person is really needing in the moment. Sometimes they just need some loving presence and support. Other times they're really needing to ground their body. And many times, which is frequent for me, I need reminders of that divine support is present at all times in my life. So, oh, okay, Chantel, we will put you on the list. That sounds great. Anybody else looking or wanting some guidance today? We might have a small group today. We'll see what happens. I'm trying different times to sort of sort things out. Looks like my 4 p.m. time was really good lately. And I think there's Marcy. Hi, Marcy. Did I recognize your picture right? Hello, dear. So good to see you. How are you feeling? Marcy was our first on Monday, and she did amazing work. Better overall. I love that for you. Excellent. Tina, you want some too? Okay, wonderful. Tina, I'll have you second. Who else? Anybody else? You can always add your name down the road. We'll see how many more come in. As you guys have seen in lives, lots of people come in later. Yes, Marcy, I would love that. We could really go deep. So this is just so that, Marcy, thanks for bringing this up. This is something that I do, private sessions, one-on-one. I do it over the phone or over Zoom, whatever's comfortable. And that added element of either being able to see or hear you really helps us drill down. And basically it's an hour-long session. So it's really lovely because in the lives here, I can maybe do 10, 15 minutes per person, in order to try and get as many as possible. But a whole hour is just great. Like we can really dive deep and unpack stuff. It's really pretty awesome. So I've got Chantel and Tina. Welcome to anybody else who's just coming in. I think we will start with a meditation. I love to do a ChakraTouch meditation. Can you guys, before I go into that, can you hear any music right now? I have music playing on my iPod, but I don't know if it's coming through. You can hear it? It's really lovely. It's from an IT person called Peter Helland. How do I say his name? Peter B. Helland. Yeah, he is beautiful. I think actually he is in Sweden. Can't remember. Oh, you do, Marcy. Great. Me too. He's one of my favorites to meditate to, and I find his music incredibly soothing and calming. So I'll just keep that there. Okay, so we're gonna do a simple meditation. I'm gonna ask you guys to pick. So just take a moment, just calm your breath and find a normal, natural pattern for it. And let me know, are you feeling that you could use some divine courage as support, divine love, or divine wisdom? Which would you feel the most desirous of today? And just type it in chat and let me know, and we'll do a meditation on that. His name, let me type it. Okay. Peter B. Helland. He is lovely. So we've got 2 votes for courage, 3 votes for courage. Okay. Excellent. Anybody else want to chime in with what they're looking for, hoping for? Courage, love, wisdom? We could do all 3 if you want. But courage sounds like a really good one today. All right. So we will start with, I have to back up so because you guys are new. Yeah, they all do sound good, don't they, Lori? Courage would be great. Okay, so can you see where I have my hand on my belly? So my belly button is right here. And what I like to do is I like to place my hand just below the belly button with the thumb resting on the belly button. So go ahead and put your left hand there, and I'm going to wheel back up so you guys can see me better. Okay. And then rest your right hand over that. So, whether you're new to chakra work or not, the way that I do ChakraTouch is I focus on 3 main energy centers. So the belly down here for me accesses the bottom 3 chakras. So the root chakra, which is at the base of our spine, is our place of grounding, our stability, that sense of security, just like basic security and safety in the world. And then the second chakra, the sacral chakra, is where passion, creativity, sexuality, sensuality, I like to think of it as just general life force um, energy. And then the third, which is at the solar plexus, this one is power, strength, will, conviction, intention. It's often what's referenced, I think, in a lot of martial arts. It's been a while since I've taken any. So I like to just focus on a general area of the belly. I'll roll back again down here, and it sort of helps activate all three of these lower chakras. And then I work with the heart space, which is the heart chakra, and a lot sometimes with the throat chakra, and then with the third eye. So heart space, emotions, love, compassion, our ability to feel anything for ourselves or others. Throat is communication, expression of boundaries, speaking our truth, either physical or either emotional or mental truth, and just regular plain old communication with others. And then the third eye is fascinating because it's very much the realm of the mind, but it's really strongly intuition and the ability to perceive that which we can't see. And then the last one, which I don't do a lot with, but we always know is there, is the crown chakra, and that is our connection to the divine. There are chakras above that I am not well versed on or studied yet, but they're always there. So we'll start with the belly area, and we will do some invocation for courage in our lives. So rest your left hand and then place your right hand over it there on the belly area and just close your eyes. If you're sitting, try to get your feet flat on the floor, comfortable posture, relaxed arms and gentle hands, and just feel that comfort of what it's like to have your hands there gently and lovingly holding your belly. Just feel into that connection. If you want to move your mind to the spot where your hands are literally touching your belly, that's a great place to focus your mind. Your universe, guides, spirit, source, angels, or whatever we believe in individually. Today we ask for your support through divine courage. Please lend us your strength. Help us to acknowledge that we don't need to effort our way through life alone. In fact, sometimes we don't even need to effort our way through life. But we acknowledge that some things take courage. Facing our personal challenges can take courage. Facing our inner demons or things that hold us back, and even facing our joys and our hopes and our dreams can take a lot of courage. But there's times in life we just don't have anything more to pull from ourselves. And this is where we ask for your support with your divine courage. Help us feel the strength that is always flowing from you and into us. Help us feel that strength in our belly so that we can walk upright with honor and dignity as we face anything in life, be that our challenges or our dreams. And help us to remember that courage has as much to do with strength as it does with faith. So help strengthen our belief that we can do not only what we need to do, but that we can do anything that we set our mind on with your support and guidance. Right, we're going to do 3 deep breaths in through the nose, and then hold it briefly, and then out through the mouth. And I love to encourage people to vocalize, to sigh, moan, or groan on the exhale. All right, so here's 1. Ah. Ah. That's 2. Just wiggle your arms a little bit and let some relaxation come into the body, and we'll go for our 3rd one. And because we don't want to be without divine love and wisdom and support for our lives, we're just going to bring our hands up to our heart and briefly ask that the divine fill our hearts with its love so that we can feel more love for ourselves and others, and compassion for everything that we may feel and what they may feel. And then move your hands to your forehead. And we ask the divine for support and wisdom so that we can see that which cannot be seen, and that we can clear our minds and have clarity of thought as we go about our day. Beautiful. How's that feel, everybody? And welcome to the new people who have just joined. I'm getting warm. I love doing an initial meditation because I have this theory, I don't know if it's true, but I like to think it is, that when we do that together, we're sort of like syncing up our chakras as a group, and particularly for me to be able to read yours. So it's just really lovely to just tap into those spaces and have a reminder that we have energy inside us. We have our energy, we have divine energy, and it's always there for us. And one of the things that I love to do with ChakraTouch, which we'll find out shortly with Chantel and Tina, is I just love to help you tap into it and guide you through to using it, because we have so much power with the energy inside us. How's everybody feeling after that meditation before I start with Chantel? I think I'll take my hat off temporarily. Lori, thank you for the hearts. We have a nice intimate group today. This is lovely. Anyone feel they need to share anything before I get started with Chantel? Thank you for the hearts. I love that. If you've recently arrived during the meditation, feel free to say hi, tell us where you're from, how you're feeling. And I do have room still on the list for folks that are looking for guidance, a reading, basically. They read your energy and help guide you to use it. Chantel, do you want to prepare your topic, what guidance you are looking for, and then go ahead and send it in chat for us? While she's doing that, I have Tina next, and then it's open. Is anyone else interested in getting guidance in the form of a ChakraTouch reading? Let us know in chat. if no one else. Okay. Yeah. Marcy recommends. Oh, Marcy, you did such good work the other day. I love that for you. Lori, are you interested in one? Oh, hi, Jacqueline. Welcome. Purification around me being wonderful. So hold on to that, Jacqueline. I'll put you on the list and we could talk more about that. I'm so in the moment usually when I do this that I would probably forget that you typed that. Jacqueline from New York is on the list. Chantel, what do we got? Hi, Nettie. Welcome. Australia, lovely. I've had a few people come from Australia. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, you'll find out shortly, hopefully. Welcome and thanks for being here. Chantel, what do you say? I learned vital information today about a family member, and I need guidance about what to do with this. Currently processing emotions around this. So tell me more about those emotions. What are you feeling? Are you feeling comfortable or uncomfortable? I'm guessing uncomfortable. So if we could drill down on that a smidge more so we can get some clarity for you to start and a focus. Hello, Arlene. Welcome. Uncomfortable and anger. Okay. Anger is a really fascinating emotion. It is not comfortable for sure. And for many people, it is so uncomfortable that they don't actually have a healthy way to feel it sometimes. I know in my family, I wasn't allowed to be angry. It was not an acceptable emotion in the house, I think because it scared people. Fortunately, as I grew up, I learned to make friends with it. And what I found was that when I'm angry, there's a lot of energy behind it, isn't there? There's like oh, you have some dismay too. Okay, wonderful. Well, we can work with both of those. So anger has this power. It has this oomph behind it, right? So if you take a moment and you think, just this is a great way to use the mind, is reflecting on the different qualities of our emotions. Anger has that like and that grr to it, that oomph and power. It has a much stronger emotional charge than something like sadness, right? Because sadness, the energy and the vibe is a lot lower. It's subtler, it's softer, it doesn't have movement. But anger is like something that is ready to move, but we just don't know where to direct that energy. Dismay, is that, yeah. Are you, I'm going to start tapping in for your heart here. If Chantel, if you would be so kind, my friend, to just put your left hand on your heart like this and your right hand over it and just focus on that heart space with you and we'll tap in. And tell me, is the dismay, since there's more to explain there, is it disappointment, sadness, discouragement? Like where might it fall in that while I feel in and see what we've got going in your heart? I am picking up on the anger in your heart center. That is for sure, but it is really interesting shape that I'm getting. So I'm seeing a visual of your anger in the heart, and it's fascinating because I studied sign language many, many years ago, and it's a sign that I've seen before, and the sign is, well, let's see if you can, there, that's not showing my hand. It's a fist that's made like this, and then it goes like that. And it's literally the sign for rebel. And the that is sort of the quality of the movement I'm getting. And it has that angry, like, how dare you, or like wanting to rebel or push against what something that's happening. Does that resonate? Is that working for you? Can you see that? Can you feel that? Is that true? Okay, wonderful. Let's see what else is going on. I am not sensing the dismay yet. So maybe tell me a little bit more about the dismay. Hmm. Yeah, focus on the dismay for me for a little bit while I tune in on that and feel more. And try and describe it in chat for us if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Appalled? Yeah. Disappointment, disrespect, and appalled. So the appalled energy seems to match with that anger and rebel a little bit. So you have a really nice crossover. That is, yeah, I can feel the disappointment. Interesting. So you have the one hand doing the rebel sign from sign language. And then I see the other arm, the other hand kind of just collapsing, like can't see it as well. Let me back up a little. It's like it wants to do something. And then this is obviously representing the energy inside, but maybe your arms are feeling this physically as well. I don't know. But it's just flopping. It's just going, kind of like it's run out of life. It's run out of strength. It's run out of power because all that power and all that strength is here in this angry, rebellious arm. And that rebellious and applauded definitely match in. I'm going to tell a quick story that a friend of mine taught me. I everybody has like a core. Well, I don't know if this is true, but I tend to think that everybody has like a certain thematic core negative emotion that they go to, right? So when something difficult happens in their life, okay, that that would make sense. Yeah, I'm on board with that too. I love that. Okay, good, a good explanation. Thank you. So, some people, something bad happens and they go to sadness. Some people, something difficult happens and they go to anger. Some go to depression. I, most of my life, and even still, I go to disappointment. There's just something in my brain, that my mind actually, that clicks into disappointment mode. And it's this feeling like all is lost and there's no hope. That's what it feels like for me. And a friend of mine caught he noticed that. He witnessed it in me, and we were talking about it one day. This was like 20 years ago. And he told me this story about disappointment. He said the funny thing about disappointment, it's the same as going to a sports match. So pick your favorite sport. I like basketball. And your team is down. Well, football is a better analogy, but not everybody likes football. Anyways, you're at a football game, your team is down one touchdown, 7 points at the halftime, and you walk out of the game and you're like, damn it, that's it. It's over. The game's over. You know, that is the quality of what disappointment is like. And it's really it's really fabricated by our thinking that the situation is over with when there's still a whole half of a game left to play. And this happens to me quite frequently when something doesn't go the way that I was hoping or wanting, or something is looking very discouraging. And I go to disappointment because my mind will immediately assume that there's no hope. And yet I forget that in this moment, that's the way I feel, but that there's the rest of my day and there's the rest of my life, and that there are future days ahead of me. And so it's a nice analogy, if you will, or what do you call it? Little anecdotal story, if you will. So let's work with that a little bit. What I want to do Chantel, is since you said it's confusion about what to do, I'm feeling that the anger is taking a lot of the energy from the other arm, and I'd like to see if we can balance that out. So if you will, picture your, or even hold it out. Hold out your left hand for me like this. I'll back up again so you can see it. Hold out the left hand for me like this, and then hold up the right like this, like you're ready to fight. You're ready to build. Sorry, the right hand, yeah, like this. And just close your eyes and feel into what that feels like. And then I'm gonna hold the space for you. I want you to find, using your arms, a balance where there's not excessive tension in the right and excessive looseness in the left, okay? I want you to come and find a balance between the two. Let both arms, okay. Let both arms share the burden. So the left arm is in dismay and disappointment, and the right arm is in anger. And just let some dismay balance over to the right, and let some anger and that energy give a little more life to the left, and find a pose with your arms that feels comfortable and balanced. And if anybody wants to support Chantel in this moment through some extra love and energy, place your left hand, your right hands on your belly area, and just sense into your own grounding, your feet on the floor, and hold that space of grounding for Chantel while she does this work of trying to balance these energies. Hi, Nancy. Welcome, my almost neighbor across the city. Chantel, how are we doing? I'm sensing some resistance, mostly in your mind. Tell me how you're doing. And remember, right in this moment, you're with friends, you are safe, you are secure, and you are deeply loved. And welcome to anyone who's just joining right now. We're working with Chantel. Hello, Stephanie. Okay. Tell me about what's going on in your thinking. I feel like there might be some more info you can give me that might help you have a release, but it seems to be thought-based. So we're really clear on what's happening emotionally for you. And I love that. It is beautiful that you are in touch with your emotions this clearly. But I feel like this show is being driven by what you're thinking about it. You can do this, Chantel. You may not gain clarity in this moment about what you need to do, but you can gain relief from the struggle. And in gaining relief, clarity is bound to come eventually. Yeah, okay. That's good. Fighting. Okay, so this is interesting. I usually go to freeze, but this time I'm thinking about fighting. So those two words, and tell me if this resonates, but those two words speak to me of a very primal, that core fight or flight, right? Freeze, or what's the other one? I forget, but that sense of personal security. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about like safety and groundedness in the world. Does that ring? Hi, Gary. Welcome. Chantel, am I on to something there or am I off? And it's okay. I am not attached to anything that I bring up. I'm just trying to be of service to help people have breakthroughs or releases. So what are you thinking about fighting that you would normally freeze over? I'm going to hold space at your belly because I'm feeling that the grounding. She disrupted my security. Okay. I'm just going to encourage you to let it all out. Just type what you are feeling unsafe about. Okay. Just trust that we can hold the space for it and that it will be okay. And just list the ways that you are feeling unsafe so we can just get it all on the table and move through this. Can you do that? Hi, Sweat. So good to have you here. Welcome. We're working with Chantel right now. If you want to join in, Sweat, you can place your left hand on your belly, thumb over the belly button, and the right hand over it, and just focus on feelings and energy of safety and security and well-being. And that's what I'd love everybody who wants to, optional, but if you want to support Chantel, just hold a space inside yourself for safety, wellness, support, security, and well-being. Okay, you have a lot there. Thank you. If there's more, bring it on. If not, let me know that that's enough right now. So she's saying her abuse, if if Chantel does what she's thinking about doing, she's worried about somebody else's abuse. This other person throwing out all of Chantel's childhood items and being in trouble with other people. Okay, very good. I respect and honor that. So that's really good. So I'm really sensing that fear. So let's just work. Honestly, Chantel, I think you're doing really well with this. I think that the main piece is that your mind is running away with all the possible scary scenarios. And honestly, that's part of who we are as humans. It's easy for us to do that. There's a lot going on for you here that is scary. Hey, Rev, welcome, and the gang. Yeah, a lot of heartache, Jacqueline. I agree. So I think that you're doing great in the heart space. The dismay and the anger, I think, are natural, realistic, and normal for this situation. So let's just work down on the belly. I want you to put your hands on your belly, Chantel, and I want you to just, as I talk and as everyone else holds a space of well-being for you, I just want you to repeat either in your mind or gently out loud, I am safe, I am secure, and I am deeply loved. Excellent. And I want you to call on, just keep saying that. And as you do that, think about whatever higher power, God, spirit, source you turn to, and just back to that original meditation we did at the start of asking for their courage and their strength to infuse you. And put your trust in whoever, whatever that is. It can be Mother Nature, it could be whatever works for you, whatever you believe in. Because the reality is that whatever you decide to do, there is no right or wrong, and you will be okay. We don't know what that will look like, and we don't know how it will unfold. And that uncertainty is scary. but you have a source of support through divine courage, and that can fill your belly. So I want you to picture that filling your belly. Whatever color comes up for you, let us know. And allow that to recharge your personal courage battery, if you will. Yes. There are consequences, though, and I live in Northern Ireland. It is a different culture. Yeah. Gary, thank you for supporting Chantel. Chantel, are you with me on filling your belly with the divine courage? Where are we with that? How is that working? If it's not working, we can try something else. I almost want to put my hands on your feet. More fear. Okay. Okay. More fear and more sadness. It sounds like you might just have to grieve a little bit, Chantel. It's do you feel that it's okay just for today to not make that decision that you've been thinking about? Can we, is it okay just for now, even just for this moment, for the rest of this live, to just let go of the need to make a decision and just be in the grief? You lost somebody, and this is involves complications with others, and the whole thing is scary, and that's okay. It is okay to be scared, angry, and sad. Sometimes it's important to just hold a loving space for that. One of my favorite teachers talks all the time about loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with ourselves, and that includes our emotions. Yeah, let it out, Chantel. It's okay to grieve. Do the grieving that you need to in the moment. Try to be as present as you can with what your feelings are asking attention. If you're wanting to be sad in that moment, let the tears flow. If you're wanting to be angry, grab a pillow, throw it on your face, and do some quiet screaming, whatever works. Or just do this motion that I was telling you, this from sign language, is rebel. It's okay to feel all that. You are okay. You are safe and you are secure. I'm sensing that you have quite a process on your hands, and being present in the moment with it is going to be your key. You can walk through this 1 minute at a time, one day at a time. It's a lot to unpack, and I would just lovingly encourage you to not put too much pressure on yourself, my dear. Um, Sometimes in life, things happen and there's only so much we can do in the moment. And the most important thing that we have to do is take care of ourselves. So, and that includes being loving and kind to ourselves. Mm. Good work. This is great. This is a start, Chantel. There's a lot more there I can feel, but I love that you accessed a little bit of a release with the tears. How are you feeling? Are we complete enough for the moment? I'm sensing it's time to move on. Yes, you do need to release. I agree. You're welcome, my dear. You're welcome. 2 years of grief. Yeah, okay. Well, remember that grief, I mean, I don't know your history and I don't know your story there, so it's hard to really um offer guidance. But I know that for me, grief can sometimes get triggered and I think, oh, didn't I deal with this? Well, yeah, I did at the moment when it originally came up, but here it is, a reminder again. And it's okay that we still have those feelings. I mean, I have moments where I still grieve the life that I lost from 15 years ago, as well as, the loss of my parents. It can be precious, though. It doesn't have to be a burden, and especially if we call on our divine support to help share it with us. Okay, dear. I'm going to move on. Is that okay? Are you complete for now? We can always do more on another live, or if you wish for a private, I'm always available for those. If Chantel's good, Tina, prep your chat statement about what kind of guidance you're wanting. Chantel, are you good, my dear? I want to make sure you're okay before we move on. I don't need my hat anymore. I'm all warm now. And welcome to anyone who's new. Ah, I love that for you. Do whatever feels soothing. Yeah, I love that for you. And thank you for your vulnerability here with this live and with all of us here. You are beautiful in what is happening for you right now. It is truly beautiful. Okay, Tina, you're up, my friend. What have we got? I'd like some guidance for 2024 for me and or my family and or my business I just recently started. Okay. This is interesting. I didn't consider this. So I've never done futuristic guidance before. I work more with the energy of the moment of what is currently in someone's body. And I'm actually really glad that you phrased it this way, Tina, because this is something I haven't explained yet on a live. What I've found in doing and sharing my gift and working ChakraTouch with people is that the energy can be different from moment to moment and day to day. It's just the nature of energy, it's movement. And so let's, if we can, guidance for 2024 for me and or my family and or my business I just recently started. Of all of those things, so I hear three topics: 2024, you or your family, and you or your business. Which of those three topics sort of feels the most potent, like it wants the most attention right now, guidance wise? Hey, Stephanie. After Tina, we'll do Jacqueline, and I don't have anyone else on the list. Hello, Elena. So hopefully there'll be room. And so hold on if you were hoping to get on the list, we'll do Tina and we'll see where we're at for time. Actually, time looks pretty good. Yeah. All right, Tina. Family. Great. So tell me a little bit more about that. If you've recently joined while I was doing the reading for Chantel or now starting to work with Tina, feel free to say hi in chat. Tell us where you're from. Welcome to ChakraTouch Live. While Tina is expounding a little bit more on what guidance she wants around her family, I'll just quickly comment and say, if anyone feels so called to offer the energetic exchange of a donation, I greatly appreciate it and more than welcome it. This is my business. It is what I do. I have 100% committed to sharing ChakraTouch with people in the world. If you are on an Apple device, please consider donating from my profile page instead of here on the live, because they do take 30%. Also, if you're not feeling called to financially offer a donation, which is totally cool, I respect that deeply. I encourage you to follow me on Insight Timer, or any of my socials. So if you go to my Insight Timer, I have a link there to all my socials, and you can follow me on YouTube. All right, Tina, what do we got, my dear? Arlene, we'll put you on the list. Two adult kids not on speaking terms with each other, and you're in the middle. Oof. Hello, Jess. Being in the middle. Where are you feeling that in your body, Tina? Is there anything emotionally or physically with that that you are sensing? Thanks, Debu. Sorrow in your heart. Okay. Okay, my dear, we're going to work with that if that's okay with you. Sorrow in the heart. Tina, place your hands. Let's see how we want to do this. I want you to place your left hand on your belly for me, my friend. Okay. And then take your right hand and put it on your heart chakra. Okay. I am seeing beautiful, calm body of water, kind of a midnight setting. It's a full moon and it has a soft glow over this gentle water. And your heart is very sad. It's interesting. I see like a heart, like I don't know how you make them with your hands. People are so good at that, like that. And I see it sort of lopsided and sad. It's just sort of leaning on its side. It's heavy and it's tired. But you have this beautiful ocean in your belly, and we're going to help bring some support up from there. So I want you to do your best to try and focus on your left hand on your belly. Let's let your right hand be on the heart and try and see that beautiful ocean in your belly. It's calm. The waves are moving gently. It's the middle of a starry, clear night with a full moon. And you just get that sense of powerful presence and calm. And just focus on that. And let me know if you can see that, if you can feel it. Sometimes people aren't visual. And just try to tap into the calm in your belly. And let me know when you have that. The heart is needing a lot of love and support right now. Let me know if you're with me on that, my friend. Or if not, we'll try something else. Yes. It's a wonderful feeling. Yes. So just stay with that with your breath. And this is for today, this is your source of grounding, is this beautiful, gentle motion of the waves with your breath. And that deep calm that comes with the waves of that ocean and the beautiful starry night. And what I want you to do is to just take some of those waves. Actually, no, don't take the waves. Let them stay there and reach up very gently in your mind. With your mind, take that lopsided heart and rest it in your hands and just bring it down and let it float on the water there in your belly. And let me know when that heart is there and it's safe. It knows how to float, but it's sad and needs some support. And just let it float on the sea like we would do a gentle back float. Let it soak up the moonlight and the starlight and the gentle calm of the ocean waves. Thank you, Gary. If anyone wants to support Tina in this, she's sad and needing grounding, so you can support either from the heart chakra or from the belly. And just hold that space for her. It's floating nice and secure. So, Tina, you are love. We are all love, my friends. And part of my work is to just be a loving presence for you to feel that love. Because when we embody that love, we then begin to feel, palpably feel, that we are safe and secure and deeply loved. And Tina, your heart is safe. And when we let the thoughts and the stories go and the need to try to force decisions in our lives, when we just hold that space for our heart to feel secure, man, beautiful things can happen. Release, opening, relaxing, anything. Yes, much love for Tina. So Tina, going forward, because this is a beautiful place for you. This is a beautiful place for you, Tina. I want you to, it may not be easy, but since you made a connection with the water and your breath in your belly, try to move forward through the day and even the next few days if you want. And when you're getting that heaviness and that stress and that sort of that push me, pull you, that between the people and between the thoughts, just picture that water and the beautiful moonlight and starlight and find your heart and bring it back down and just do that as a regular visualization, just so that you can tap into that loving divine support that is there for you at all times. Okay. That is really lovely. I love how that feels. I feel such a sense of safety and security for you. How are you feeling, Tina? Okay. If there's more you want to do, a later time, you can come back to a live or consider a one-on-one. My one-on-ones are 100% donation based as well. So that is something to consider. Tina, lovely work. Great blessings to you and your heart. May you hold that in a loving, allowing space for it to unfold. And that means Jacqueline's next. Hello, everybody who is come in during this time. My name is Greg Phillips. I do ChakraTouch. I'm an energy healer and spiritual energy coach. I listen to people's chakras and their energy tells me things that we might need to know in order to tap into deeper courage, love, and wisdom. All right, Jacqueline, what would you like guidance with today? What is your hope, your intention, your question, however you wish to phrase it? And also let me know if it's physical, emotional, mental, if you can identify that. I'm sure we'll figure it out if you don't know. I have an Insight Timer group. If anybody wants to join it, it is called Celebrate Love. It's above Chantel's comment. Thank you, Marcy. Still learning how to read chat. I don't want to scroll back too far. If you would just be, there we go. Okay. Feeling stuckness, rigidity in actions, physical and mental. Okay. What kind of actions, the stuckness and rigidity? I think we'll focus on that. So where in life are you feeling stuck? What kind of actions? Take a drink of water. Yeah, so if you join the group Celebrate Love, I record all of these so that folks who want to go and check the replay again, if they missed the session, or if they were a person who got a reading and they want to just sort of review what we covered and tap into that energy again, it'll all be on my YouTube. And I usually announce in the group chat or in the group when that goes live. You desire more flow would help me feel more comfortable and alive. Okay. All right. Energy level is low. So you're just talking in general, like any actions. Energy level is low. Is that, am I reading that right? Thank you, Marcy. Okay. Well, Jacqueline's second description is actually easier for me to work with, but it's good to have both. Thank you. Emotionally too. Okay. Low energy. Low energy and stuckness. So I'm going to have to scan multiple spots on you. So what I'd like you to do, are you sitting? If so, kindly put your feet flat on the floor and try to sit up as straight as possible so that we have a clear channel up the spine for the energy to flow through the chakras if we get there, okay? And I'm going to start at the bottom and work up and see what we've got. Oh, there we go. Yeah, everything is fascinating. Everything on the top feels empty. Check the throat. So in your belly, my friend, I'm seeing how do I describe this? I'm seeing a ball, like a small rubber ball, and it's doing, how do I best describe it? It's doing like a very dull bounce. So if you watch my hand for a moment, it'll bounce, and then the next time it'll hit the floor, it'll just sort of go boom. And then it sort of rouses itself and musters a little bit of energy, and it'll bounce. Look. So that's where the stuckness is showing. But and I don't know why I'm doing that sound, but it's kind of like, trying, can't. Trying, can't. Which is fascinating because if you think about it, that ball is, it actually is doing, as it's going through its bounce, Yep, right in your abdomen. Exactly. So this, there's definitely a sluggish, stuck energy going on there. And I think I have an idea on what we can do, which we might even be able to bring the whole group in on. But for now, I really want you to tap into and get a feel for this ball's movement. Okay. And whatever color the ball is, you can assign it. I don't see a color personally, but it's this motion of coming off the floor, and it's making, if you look at it, it's making a beautiful arc. It's like a perfect arc. There's nothing erratic. It is flowing and fluid. It's almost graceful to me. And then it gives up and lands, right? And so it's fascinating on a couple levels. So first off, a rubber ball's nature is to bounce, right? Even if we don't, if we throw or drop a rubber ball on the ground, depending on the surface it's landing on, a rubber ball will continue to bounce, right? It'll go boom, 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 boom. And then after that, it keeps rolling until all the energy is depleted. So its very essential nature is to keep moving until the energy is expired. And yet the rubber ball there, heavy and stagnant, exactly. The rubber ball there thinks it has no energy, and yet it is actually doing a beautiful arc, and then it gives up at the end. So there's something, and like I've said before, I am not attached to being right about this, but my sense is there's something that is interrupting that ball's natural tendency to keep bouncing and moving, and it's just nipping it off at the legs. There's no legs on a ball, but mentally speaking, it's just chopping that off and going boom, boom, I give up. Does any of that resonate with your thoughts? Hello, Rita. Welcome from Sydney. A feeling of hopelessness. Okay. I'm just going to sit with that for a moment, Jacqueline. And I want you to stay with the ball in your belly, okay? If anybody else wants to lend support to Jacqueline, I'm gonna, let's see, what'll we do? Anybody wants to lend support, you can hands on your heart. And I just want you to feel in your heart, you can just feel it or send it to Jacqueline. And just send an I love you, okay? If you even want to direct it even more fully, we want to just love that rubber ball. Just wrap that that rubber ball. That's hard to say quickly. Wrap the rubber ball in a blanket of love. Futility. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on for you, Jacqueline. And it is coming from your mind. Okay. I'm not gonna go up there quite yet because I want you to I want you to I want to try to create a deeper sense of grounding, because when our energy is blocked in the belly, the life force from the root chakra and the second chakra just can't flow up, so we can't actually get that moving without it unlocking down there so that it can come up the body and energize the heart and the throat for when we need to speak and the mind for thinking clearly. So I get that it feels futile, but we're going to just stay with that rubber ball, and everyone's going to send love to you and your rubber ball. And what I want you to do, let's see, we have to pull from somewhere. You were on in the beginning, weren't you, Jacqueline? Did you do our meditation with us for the divine courage? I can't remember. We're just going to pull in some divine courage, okay? Because right now, I'm sensing that that support is really what will make the difference for you, hopefully. So just stay focused on that ball, and we're just going to let the ball, you came at the end. Okay, no problem. So keep your hands on your belly, my dear friend, left hand on the skin and the right hand over that. And we're just going to, I'm going to hold that special space for you there. And I want you to picture that ball and just every once in a while have it bounce and then give up. In the meanwhile, think about whatever you considered the divine, and just really deeply from your belly, a deep, sincere request for divine support and strength. And we can all do this with you. So hold on to that image of the ball as it bounces once and gives up and then waits a little bit and tries again. And we're just going to call this in. Dear Source, Universe, God, Spirit, please fill Jacqueline with your strength and your courage. Let her know that she is not alone. Fill her with a sense of safety and security in this moment. We don't need to think about any other moment, just this moment. Give her that boost that she needs so that her beautiful, perfectly shaped, gracefully moving rubber ball can have more support and more movement. And Jacqueline, I just want you to focus on that rubber ball and just tell it, you are safe, you are secure, and I love you. What we're trying to do is practice a space of loving allowance for the ball to be just as it is. We don't need it to change. We would want it to change, but we don't need it to. It is beautiful right in this moment. It is doing the best that it can. How are you doing, Jacqueline? Where are we at? I sense that we haven't quite gotten somewhere yet. So let me know what's going on for you. You guys are so great at supporting people. I just love seeing that. Thank you for your assistance with the energy. Jacqueline, how are you feeling, my dear? The rubber ball is floating. Are we floating on water, midair? It's like suspended in the air. Tell me about that. That's a shift. That's beautiful. You're just holding that rubber ball in whatever it's floating in. Yes. Okay. That rubber ball, my dear, is your energy. And I really want to encourage you to open your perspective on how to view it. Okay? We've seen now firsthand that it can do something more than what it was doing, right? So it has the ability and the potential, but all it needs is a little bit of divine encouragement, right? It needs that, it needs, it's like, what am I sensing? I'm sensing, and let me know if this is right or not, but I'm sensing that you have a pattern of thought that when you notice you have low energy, in some way mentally you're making that bad or wrong. Maybe you're judging it, or maybe you're creating a story that is sort of glossing over or missing the other facts of what's going on for your energy. Right. Okay, great. So I think the path, at least for today, and we'll see what shifts for another day, but at least for today, Jacqueline, your path is to hold a space for your energy, because the truth is your energy isn't lost. This is the fact. This is coming through really strong right now. So this is a fascinating thing about our experience as spiritual beings in a human body. We are never fully disconnected from source, from spirit, from the divine. It is always there for us, right? But we, with our thoughts, control the dial in terms of how much flow there is there, right? And so it is so easy as humans to fall prey to thinking that it's not there and it's not available to us. Well, you don't need to, my dear. If you wish to, then yeah, that would be the divine courage, because change is challenging. Uncertainty is very difficult to make friends with. I know. I lost everything in a financial collapse in 2008 and 2009, and I went on a journey of house hopping, house sitting for friends, sleeping in my car, which, by the way, is not easy. I'm 6'2" and I had a Mini Cooper convertible. So picture that for a moment, which is kind of humorous. But I had to live with daily uncertainty. And anybody can learn how to do this, but it is very challenging and it is an uncomfortable path. Yes, wonderful. The biggest thing is to just let that ball be itself, because you always have that energy. It may feel low at moments, but you have the ability, as you just proved to yourself, really, to be able to tap into it. But you want to hold it with that loving allowance. You want to let it be what it wants to be in the moment. So if you are low energy in the moment, do your best, which isn't always easy, but do your best to not judge that. Don't pile on more judgment to it, my dear. Don't create stories around, oh, if I'm feeling low energy, then I'm useless, or whatever they might be. If my energy is low right now, therefore I can't get anything done, so I never accomplish anything. Blah, blah, blah. That just snowballs, and that makes us feel worse and worse. Note the energy, and maybe instead of jumping to those thoughts, think, well, looks like I need to hold some space. Maybe I need a nap. Maybe I need to take a gentle walk, something that helps hold that grounding space. I love that you saw it floating. I just love that for you. That is a huge breakthrough. It may not feel it in the moment, but that is the beginning of something really beautiful for you. And I am like so proud of you and excited for you, and great work. Thank you, Gary. Me too. Jacqueline, how are you feeling, my dear? I'm sensing it's time to move on to Arlene, but I want to make sure you are feeling complete for the moment. Yes. See, isn't that amazing? And that was all inside you. And we worked together, and with everybody's loving support too. I actually had an idea. Jacqueline, I think you might really benefit. You are most welcome, my dear. I'm so happy to be of service to you and your own growth and happiness. And I think that you might really benefit from one of my deep stillness meditations. So definitely go onto my profile. I would encourage the extended one. It works with hand placements like what we've been doing, but it also works with breath. Oh, huh, thanks, Elena. Yeah, it works with the breath. And I think that, like, I can't remember, and I would have to look it up, and we don't have time now, but the word inspiration comes to me, and I think the etymology of that word is actually related to breath, to inspire, to breathe in something. And so some breath work. I mean, if you do breath work already, maybe try my meditations, or try somebody else's, whatever, but just something to get the breath moving to help with inspiring and moving your energy. I also really love my divine invocation meditations. They're new. They're they're just incredibly strong and really powerful for me. So you might want to try that too as well. So great work, Jacqueline. We will see you another time, or hang around. Inspiration equals flow. That too. Yeah, you're on it. Arlene, are you ready, my friend? You finally get to go. We missed you on Monday. And I think that at this point, I'm seeing we're about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm still trying to figure out how many people I can do, but I like to just be in the moment and help the person as much as possible in that moment. But Arlene, you're up, my dear. Let us know in chat what you would like support with. Meanwhile, how's everybody else doing? I hope you're getting a benefit from this. If so, I welcome donations and following. I would love folks to come and follow on my Insight Timer profile. You can also check out my link there to all my socials. I'm on Instagram, which I'm learning how to use, Facebook, and YouTube. And this recording will be up later today on my YouTube channel. I see Bonnie here. Hi, Bonnie. How are you feeling after Monday? Arlene says, my issue is different, but most likely has some deeper roots that I can't seem to access. I am ready. I need support with my clutter problem. I feel shame about how our home looks. Okay, great description, Arlene. That is definitely something we can work with. So a couple things stand out right off the bat. Okay. I don't want to be, well, so interesting, right? When we watch the things that we say, I don't want to be a hoarder. Sorry, truth telling time. Are you a hoarder? In some ways. Okay, fair enough. So the I don't want is interesting. If anyone has ever, hi, Bonnie. Oh, thank you, dear. So Arlene, and this is for everybody actually, because the Arlene's statement is so good. It is in this moment, it is a true teacher for us. So I don't want to be a hoarder. Something that I was taught in 2006 or 2007 when I started reading and studying Abraham Hicks and the law of attraction was that the universe does not hear our knots. So what, actually, I'll say this differently. The universe hears our topic. They don't hear our grammar, if you will. So when you say, I don't want to be a hoarder, the topic of that statement that the universe is listening to is hoarder. And when it's something that we don't want, of course, we can rail against it, which can cause, mental, emotional suffering and even pain in the body, or we can accept it. I mean, there's a lot of different spiritual strategies around it. But the key in that statement is that we're identifying contrast in our life and an area where we have a desire to grow and change. And so, Arlene, yeah, I know positive affirmations work a lot for people. They don't work that great for me, believe it or not. Like, I mean, some of them do. So, I mean, like basically ones that resonate work with me, but I'm not a person who is, how do I say this? I don't tend to create a habit around using them, but what I do love to do is watch and listen to what I say and watch what I say, and then recognize that I'm not actually saying, for like in your example, Arlene, I'm not actually saying that I don't want to be a hoarder. I'm actually saying, oh, wait, okay, so I don't want to be a hoarder. What is it that I want to be? Well, I can't say I want to be a non-hoarder because then we're still talking about hoarding, right? We need to kind of get off that topic and find a different one. And you can say, I want to be neat and tidy. The real trick here is, what are you wanting to feel in being a neat and tidy person? What are the emotions that you associate with the thought of being neat and tidy? Because at the end of the day, everything that we ever want in life is only because of the way we think that it will make us feel. So let's work on that. And this is something for everybody to reflect on. If there's something right now in life that you're wanting, work on getting clear on what the emotions are that you think, that you hope you will feel once you get that thing. Because the challenge that we have is that we identify that thing, and we usually in our minds make it, well, our minds usually associate it as something outside of ourselves, as something other than us, right? So in Arlene's case right now, she's a hoarder in some ways, and she wants to be a neat and tidy person. I'm guessing, Arlene, that you don't necessarily feel like a neat and tidy person at this moment, right? Which is why this is coming up for you. Completely makes sense. But when we can get clear about that feeling, we then make it personal. We bring it into our own energy. It doesn't live outside of us, and we're no longer dependent on the external thing happening in order to give us the feelings. The amazing thing is that feelings are energy in motion. So when you tap into your energy through chakras or through other work, you are actually able to feel the emotion you want in any moment. It's not always easy, right? You want to feel calm, focused. You want to feel positive. You want to feel comfortable. Okay, interesting. Comfortable inviting people into our homes. So what do we work with that? Receptive to others, welcoming. Do those jive with you, Arlene? Need to get better at letting things go. Okay, I want to like stay away from the needs right now and just stay with those feelings. So you want to feel calm, focused, positive, comfortable, welcoming. You want to, what are the qualities that a host feels when they welcome people in, right? Hosting can be really fun. You can be loving, you can hold space, can be supportive, social, and fun. You want to feel fun. I'm sensing right now. Okay, this is coming through really loud. Let me know if this is accurate for you. I am sensing that the biggest feeling in all of this is that you want to feel free. How is that resonating? Because if the clutter wasn't there, and if you could allow people into your home and host, and you'd feel free to invite them, you'd feel free to move around the house, you feel free to to do different things, maybe. I don't know. How is that working for you? Freedom? I'm going to check in with your body while you reflect on that and let us know where you're at. Yeah, you are. You are trapping yourself in your mind, and I can feel it as I tap into your third eye right now. Arlene, you have the power to see this life situation however you want. Okay. And I know clutter can be challenging because it is visually present, right? Yes, freedom is so important to you. So, not quite getting the clarity to work with this yet. We want you to feel free. So free, think about, let's do this. I want you to take your left hand and put it up on your third eye, okay? And then, as long as this is comfortable for your arms, take your right hand and put it up on your crown chakra for me and let me know when you're there. And we are just going to think of, and actually everybody can help with this. If you guys want to place your hands, you can, but I just had a really fun idea. Arlene, I just want you to think only about moments in your life, past, present, doesn't matter. Moments in your life, areas in your present life, times in the past life where you felt free. And I just want you to make a list of those things. Don't attach to them mentally. Don't get into too much detail as you think about them. Just think about a thing, feel the freedom, okay? Feel the freedom, and then move on finding another moment in time or present in where you feel free and feel that freedom. And everybody, you can join in by writing in the chat your own experiences of freedom. Maybe it's something that you are feeling free about currently, or maybe it's something in the past, and just list it out there for us. Not too much detail. We don't want the mind to get bogged down. We want to tap into that experience, feel the freedom, and then list another thing. Excellent. And Arlene, I want you to do this in your mind. If you want to list it out in chat, feel free, but I want you to keep, if you can, keep your hands here on these chakras and just do this in your mind while everybody else shares moments of freedom. So I will share one in a story. As I mentioned, I had lost everything, and on my birthday in 2009, I was sleeping in my car, which was a Mini Cooper convertible. And I figured out how to sleep in it. And for 3 nights in a row, I'll keep holding that space for you, Arlene. For 3 nights in hiking in nature, thank you, Lori. Frolicking on the beach, Jacqueline, fantastic. Bonnie, sailing on the ocean. I love that. Keep it coming, guys. Let's just infuse the final moments of this live with the sense and feeling, the energy of freedom, right? So I'm getting into my sleeping bag and sort of cuddling up with my pillows. And it was my first night sleeping in my car, and my mind went wild. I started thinking, oh my God, Greg, what have you done? How low have you sunk that you have reached this point? What the hell are you doing? You're sleeping in a car on a side street so that the police don't see you. And I just had a massive panic attack. And at the time, I was studying law of attraction pretty heavily, and I knew that I needed to shift out of that thinking, and I needed to find some way of thinking that felt better. And I suddenly realized how comfortable I felt in my sleeping bag. I'd never owned one prior to this adventure, and I bought one for 25 bucks. And I thought that was the best investment ever because I am warm and I am comfortable right now in this sleeping bag. And then it reminded me how much I love my pillows, and they had that perfect amount of cold and warmth to help me feel comfortable. And in that moment, my mind eased and my heart opened, and I realized that I could sleep. And the next thing I know, I was waking up in the morning. And so in that moment, I felt some freedom in the face of so much fear and insecurity and uncertainty, really. So it is possible at any moment. Let's see what else everyone is saying. Hiking in nature, sailing in the ocean, riding a horse. Nancy, you've ridden a horse? I'm so jealous. I'd love to try that someday. Surrounded by trees and nature. Awesome. Awesome. You guys are so helpful in supporting other people going through their ChakraTouch reading. I appreciate that immensely. Only once. Oh, but it's felt freeing. Okay. I'm going to think of another time I felt freeing, just as a non-struggling sort of example. Oh yeah, when I was living in California, I went to use where was this? I think I went to Yosemite, or I went to some park in Eastern California, and they had caves that you could spelunk in. And the first 10 feet was this very closed space, and it felt really tight, and I was nervous to be on the line. But then as I passed through the opening into the massive cavern, I was hanging there free. And there were lights placed all down along the way, and it was so beautiful. And I felt so safe on the line, and so just sort of swinging free as they lowered me into this cavern. It was really beautiful. Laying in sunshine. I love that. I love that. Arlene, just keep trying to find those moments of freedom where you felt free. And let us know how you're doing now, Arlene. Hmm. I love that, Nancy. That's great. Skiing downhill fast. I tried that once. I can't say that I felt free, but there was a when I was moving freely, I definitely felt free. And then I skied over a patch of grass and suddenly came to a halt. That was that was a wet, unfun moment. Arlene, how are you doing, our friend? Oh, biking. Yes, wonderful. And has your burden lessened? Beautiful work, Arlene. Just amazing. Not sure what that means, Marcy. So, Arlene, you have just been a teacher for us, believe it or not. Yeah. Well, no, I don't, I mean, it could be your subconscious. I think it is actually your mind, and perhaps you just haven't formed a practice around recognizing when your mind is trying to take over. And I would encourage you to have some compassion for your mind. It's quite often just our ego that is scared, right? The ego can only see as far as the lights on a car can see, but our heart can see the entire story of our life, the every single chapter from now into eternity. And so when we can drop out of our thoughts and into our heart through whatever means, it could be this way of tapping into feelings of freedom. It's like it's when you do that, you're proving to yourself, to your very core, and to your mind that you are more than what you think you are. And so in this moment, you can feel, I will, Bonnie, I will. Thank you for reminding me. In this moment, you can feel freedom. You might be at your home looking at the clutter and starting to feel the overwhelm and starting to feel the stuckness and the rigidity and and you can feel it closing in. And if you can catch your mind and just stop it, you don't have to change what you're thinking in that moment. Stop it and do this exercise of thinking of things in the past of where you felt freedom. And then you are actually feeling free. In other words, you do not need your circumstances and your external scenario to change in order to feel the way you want to feel. And when you begin to feel the way you want to feel, you then have energy, motion, movement to apply towards the things you wanting to change physically. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I hope it does. Oh, okay. Brooks Palmer, Jose Garcia. Yes, Joe Rushdie. Yeah, that might be helpful. I'm gonna say yes, overwhelm. So overwhelm is a fascinating emotion. It is way down the vibrational scale. And for me, historically, it is usually meant that I feel alone in the challenge, that I feel that I am the only one that can take it on. And in that moment, really what I'm doing is I'm forgetting that I have divine support. I'm forgetting in that moment that I can access these feelings of freedom on my own. And then I end up eventually remembering and it shifts. But yeah, Marcy's idea is great. If you are wanting spiritual and practical guidance, I would guess they're probably those teachers are probably amazing. Yes. Okay. So when you think about needing to declutter, forget about the declutter, focus on the feeling of freedom, find it in you, wherever it lives, in your heart, maybe it's in your mind, focused on that. And from your heart, take inspiration on what action to take next, because the mind is going to tell you all these things you need to do to deal with this scenario and this situation. And most of them are going to be coming from fear and lack and insecurity and overwhelm. And you do not want to be taking action from that. I'm pretty sure you do not. I don't like to take action from that. So drop into that heart space as best you can, Arlene, and then take action and make whatever amount of action, however big or small that is. You can declutter one small area on your desk, for example, and then don't get into the judgment, my friend. Feel the freedom of that moment. I cleared off this small little corner of my world, and I feel great about clearing off that small little corner, and celebrate that and rejoice that. Okay, my dear? Baby steps are the perfect way. I love baby steps because in our hearts, we really don't need to take huge steps all the time, do we? Okay, Bonnie asked for the name of the group. The name of the group is Celebrate Love. You can get to it through my IT teacher's profile if you want. I might change the name, but I kind of love the name. I think that we all want more love in our life. So why not celebrate that and share with other people? But that's where I'm posting like information about the latest live. I'm probably going to start posting reflections and ruminations and whatnot. But that's definitely where I'm going to let people know that the recording for these lives is up. You can also join my socials, and you can also donate through, as everybody knows, donating through the teacher's profile is great for people who are on Apple. If you're not on an Apple device, then you can feel free to donate at any time. And yeah, biggest thing, I would just love to have more people experience ChakraTouch. So spread the word, share the love, join my socials, whatever. We'll see you at the next one. Oh, we should close with our lovely shared love meditation. My next live is going to be this Friday at 4. Unfortunately, it does conflict with a few other friends. I'm trying to find my times and sort of feel those out. Let's take a deep breath and place our left hand on our heart chakra and feel all that love that we have stirred up and shared with each other today. And then hold your right hand out. Just picture it gently placed on somebody else's back, like right there behind their heart chakra, where it just, the heart chakra, the back of the heart chakra just doesn't get a lot of attention in our lives. And just hold some love and breathe naturally and gently. And we will create this energetic circle of love as we close. Take a deep breath in all the way into your heart. Hold it and let it out. And we'll do 2 more. And the last one. Ah, shake out your arms and your hands. Oh, thank you, Bonnie, for being here. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, everybody, for being here. How do you feel? I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. I'm so glad that you're here. You guys are what make this possible. My gift is from the divine, and I get to share it with you in the lives. So blessings to your day. You know how to reach me through IT. If you feel so inspired, join the group. We can chit chat about things and try and hold loving space for all of us in our lives. So you're welcome, Marcy. Everybody did great work today. I'm so proud of you guys. I know it's a funny thing to say, but I just love witnessing your energies and seeing you have your breakthroughs and your releases. It really means a lot to me. So God bless. We've gone over time. This was awesome. What is today? Wednesday. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you on Friday or in someone else's live. God bless. And I said that already. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm going to let y'all go. Thanks for being here. And thank you for all your love and support for each other and for me in my work. And I will see you all down the road. Bye.